Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarah Antonov, President of the United Republic of Obscurium, bringing you the annual Obscurian Presidential Christmas Address. Or was it the Presidential Obscurian Christmas? Never mind. It's been, quite a year, indeed. Well, let me tell you about it. About what happened during this year for Obscurium. And well, for most of the year, nothing really did happen. I mean, it was just quiet as usual. You know, we had Declaration Day. One of our citizens, Lorenz Rohovnik, finally managed to make an instrumental version of our national anthem, which was adopted last year, however. We got 2 new citizens, and then both of them were expelled because, well, one of them was expelled. But okay, let me explain. One of them was expelled again because he was literally not replying to anything, not doing anything, and the other one applied and never replied, so he didn't actually become a citizen. So 1 new citizen. Anyways, during the summer was when it all started, and I decided to make use of the Grand Cultural Award, which we had sitting around for quite some time in Obscurium. And I awarded it to the German Dragon Museum Lindenfels. Now, it's the only dragon museum in the entire world, as far as I know. If you know any others, please let me know. Well, there's another one in Furmwald, also in Germany, but it's been closed for a long time, and I don't know if it'll ever reopen. But besides those 2, I really don't know any others. To get back to the point, however, it's a great museum, and you should definitely visit it. And for all you English-speaking people who see what it's about before going to Germany just to see a dragon museum, I filmed there during the summer when I awarded them the award, and I will upload the video sometime soon next year. So stay tuned for that. But just a couple of days later, the first state visit since 2019 took place. The entire year of 2020, for obvious reason, had been without state visits. So it was great to do another one. Finally, the 3rd one, actually, in our entire history. And it was to the Parliamentary Monarchy of Dictionary, which is located near Scherding, Austria. So I went to Scherding. We had a nice breakfast, went to the Antiquities Market, which is great. Lots of great stuff there. Got to see the city, then I got to see Dictionary. We had some more, exchanged gifts, signed a treaty, and I got to see the land and got to learn a little bit about the culture and the legends. So that was very nice, very interesting, and very successful. And I'm very glad to have forged such lasting ties with Dictionary. And you know, we are very good friends now, so that's great. But when I returned, you know, the Green Garden, our main territory, of course, our only territory, was overgrown as usual, and I realized, you know, this can't go on anymore. We don't really use it for anything else. I mean, sure, I installed a permanent flagpole, which was just a metal rod in the ground, but still, I did some stuff, but not enough to justify the expenses and all the work put into it, because I was putting most of my work. I was the only one really putting work into it, so it wasn't really justified anymore. And so in September, I decided to relinquish our territory claim, and it was handed back over to the Federal Republic of Germany. There's a video on this channel about that. If you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it. But yeah, we don't have any territory anymore, and quite frankly, since we exist now and we don't have any territory, it just shows that we don't really need territory. So we are a non-territorial micronation now, I would say. The next thing that happened to Obscurium was Mr. Fockless Kyle, who approached me saying that he was very interested in Obscurium and wanted to become its vice president. But he was very enthusiastic. He seemed to be genuinely interested in Obscurium, which was a first from anyone else but me. So, yeah, I gave him the job, and he was doing great at first, you know. He established our first newspaper. I had the idea as well a little bit before that, but he has to be credited with bringing the idea back to life and actually doing it, because he did release a prototype issue of the Obscurian Herald Times, and I will still keep that around. It's been renamed to the Obscure Herald now, but it's still around. And yeah, thanks to Mr. Kyle, Vice President Kyle. Also, he also improved the Discord server, and most importantly, the Discord server looks far better now. Most importantly, he finally made a micro wiki page for Obscurium. Lots of people were complaining about the fact that there was no micro wiki page, but now I'm happy to report that yes, we finally have one, thanks to Mr. Kyle. But here we come to the downsides. He was a little bit too enthusiastic at times. He did some stuff that, like, without my approval, despite the fact that I set out guidelines for him how to behave, because he was in a kind of trial period at the beginning. Later on, he would have been given more powers, but he was still in a trial period, and he couldn't adhere to most of those guidelines, which resulted in some pretty bad incidents. I was able to resolve them, but eventually it was just too much. And unfortunately, we had to remove him from Obscurium. So yeah, it's very unfortunate that we had to let him go, but it had to be done. And yeah, we wish him all the best on his future endeavor, with his future endeavors. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, which is really a shame, because he was, as I said, he was the first active citizen besides myself, and I hate being the only active citizen. But we got a wiki page from it, and a newspaper, and a better Discord server, so those are some good things. And then next, I also wish to thank my good friend Jyoti Roy from Vishwamitra, who made a wiki page for myself, a micro wiki page for Zarantonov. So thank you, Jyoti. You're probably listening to this. Thank you very much. And besides the treaty with Dictionary, 5 other treaties have been signed this year. 2 of them thanks to the work of former Vice President Kyle. And one of them was obviously, with Dictionary, that was one of the 6 treaties, but the other 5 were, the 2 signed under Kyle were with the Valan Republic and with the Empire of Great Volju. So, and then I signed a treaty with the Democratic Christian Republic of Melite, or Melite. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Probably Melite, on second thought. But yeah, a Maltese micronation. I didn't know there was such a thing. I visited Malta lots of times, and I always thought it would be a nice place to establish a micronation at, and I'm very glad there is one, and we have such great relations with them now. And also with the Confederation of the Northern Coast, a kind of successor state of Mysperia, but also not. It's complicated. But yeah, we're grateful to have a treaty with them as well now. And the 6th one is actually with the state of Vishwamitra, which is a friendship. A friendship and cooperation treaty. On top of the mutual recognition which we signed last year. So that was signed in November of this year, the friendship treaty. And yeah, we're doing, we are very happy to have Vishwamitra as a nation. And we hope that our friendship with our new and old friends continues long into the future, of course. The next point actually, adds on to the new treaties and the old treaties as well. So I already created a new award earlier this year called the order, basically, the most illustrious order of the Sleeping Dragon. Which is more of a personal order. I personally give out to personal friends of mine. It's still official, but it's something I physically give out to friends. But I wanted a digital award I could give out to everybody who is allied with Obscurium. So just yesterday, on the 23rd, I created the most excellent order of the Dancing Dragons, which is a diplomatic award which has been officially awarded for now to everyone who was involved in the creation of treaties between their nations and the United Republic of Obscurium. I believe I awarded everybody with a rank in this new order. There are 4 ranks: Knight, Captain, Commander, and Grand Commander. And the only Grand Commander is me, so which only leaves really the other 3. But in any case, I'm I'm very grateful to what all of you did. So I, felt you needed, you deserved these awards. And so I will also extend the awards to people who, to nations and people who we had good relations with, we haven't signed treaties with those. So I did the treaties for now, and next year are gonna be more awards going out. So don't worry. Everybody who's been involved with Obscurium will probably get one. But yeah, that's basically all that's happened to Obscurium this year. So moving on to the future. Um, Obviously, so this year I am one thing. Well, it's kind of a new thing. So the Constitution, the Constitution of Obscurium, I abolished it this year. Because it was a chaos, it was a mess, and I didn't feel that it was up to date anymore, so I abolished it. And I'm currently in the process of writing a new constitution, a far superior, better constitution, which with more rights for the people and with more common sense and logic in it. And it's currently gonna be done in the first few months of the next year, so stay tuned for that. There are also gonna be two new symbols, or two symbols changing. So mainly the coat of arms of Obscurium. You can see the old coat of arms on the screen right now, and well, as you can see, the old coat of arms, it has the national colors, but it's not very it doesn't really adhere to the rules of heraldry, to the rule of tincture more specifically. It doesn't have the contrast, I have never been really happy with that, but I always wanted to keep it around, which was a mistake. And I now fixed that mistake by making this new coat of arms, which has the same basic design. I removed the dandelions, however, because we don't have the green garden anymore. I kept the national colors, but the main background color is gold now, for a better contrast with the dragon. I think it looks very lovely. And this is going to be the final arms of Obscurium, I promise. So yeah, because we already had some recent changes with coats of arms at the beginning of the year. I think 2 of them actually. So this is going to be the final one, but it's not gonna be a thing where I change the coat of arms every other month or so. This is final. With that coat of arms change also comes the change of the presidential standard, which used to look like this and now looks like this. It's got the colors of the flag, but it also got the colors of the coat of arms now, with the gold circle on which the government emblem has been placed. I also removed the dandelions and replaced them with stars, which looks far better, much more contrast, and far cleaner, So that will be the symbol changes. And 2 more things. Some of you may already know that after my meeting with Mr. Voldan, the president of Dictionary, we developed a plan for a Micronational summit in Europe. So European micronations who could not afford to go to Microcon in America could also have a Micronational meetup. We have now set a date for it. It's gonna be from the 8th to the 10th of July 2022 in the Czech town of Chyse. There's an actual palace there, castle, and I know the owner, so I talked to him, and as far as I know, it was the whole thing was approved. There's a video about that on this channel as well, so you can go watch it too. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll leave the updated links in the description as updated information. The links to the updated information in the description as well. So we're looking for 10 people right now to join up, and if you've got those 10 people, we'll go ahead with this event. So it's up to you. If you would like to come, and we hope you will, please contact me or Mr. Voldan. And yeah, I hope to see you all, or lots of you in Czechia. There will not be more than 20 people allowed at the meetup, unfortunately, because there's only limited space, literally. But well, not the palace itself. There's limited space in the hotel, but I still hope we can get 20 people together. It would be great. But I will also be going to Microcon, of course. The dates suit me very well, and so I will be going to Las Vegas, Microcon 2022 next year, and as long as the border remains open, of course. And I hope to see lots of you there as well. Well, having said that, there isn't really that much more to discuss regarding Obscurium. Of course, Corona has been chasing us this year as well, just like last year, but I feel like it's been getting better, especially during the summer, and so I hope it will get better for everybody. next year as well, and disappear as soon as possible. So with that, I wish you all all the health you can get. Merry Christmas, and or whatever other holidays you celebrate, and of course a Happy New Year 2022. Glory to the people and glory to Obscurium. Thank you.